I knew a guy, early 20s, fresh out of military, and no clue how to live in the real world. He drank a lot, did some drugs, and he ended up in a big city that just had never stopped partying. He had a good job, a girlfriend, everything looked fine on paper, except he wasn't happy. Years of drinking and fighting and normal life just kept slipping past him, no matter how hard he tried. And one day on his way to his 12-hour shift, something in him just kind of broke. He dropped off his coworker, he turned the truck around and drove home. And his girlfriend supported it, more time to party and maybe plan a future, but the partying got way out of control and soon he was alone, no job, and not long after that, he was out on the street, still refusing to ask for help. Till one night, standing on a rooftop downtown, he finally understood. He needed help from someone or he wasn't going to make it. If you're in that place right now, talk to someone today. I think about that guy a lot because I've watched what happens to men who wait that long to ask for help. Some of them don't make it to their rooftop moment in time to turn around. By the end of this video, you're going to understand where this belief comes from. The one that tells you needing help means you failed as a man and what it's actually costing you to keep proving you don't need anyone. If this is a pattern you recognize in yourself, hit subscribe. It's exactly the kind of thing I dig into every week. That guy, he didn't learn to stay quiet in a classroom. He learned it in the field where showing strain got read as a liability, not a fact. But you don't have to have served to know that lesson. Maybe you learned it as the reliable one at home, the fixture, the guy everyone leaned on and nobody checked in on. Different classroom, same lesson. Showing strain cost you respect and showing nothing earned it. And by the time you're an adult, I've got it isn't a sentence anymore, it's an identity. And here's what that identity actually turns you into over 20 years. Walk back through that guy's story with me just for a quick second. It wasn't one bad decision that put him on that rooftop. It was 100 small ones. I've got it, I'm fine, I don't need anyone. Well, stacked on top of each other until there was nothing left underneath them. That's how it works, guys. It's never the crisis that gets you. It's the years refusing help before the crisis, one quiet moment at a time, until refusing help is, well, it's the only move you know how to make. So here's the truth underneath all of it. That moment on the rooftop, the one where he finally admitted he needed someone, that wasn't his weakest moment. It was the first honest thing that he'd done in years. Reaching out is what saved him, not the years spent proving he didn't need to. Real strength was never about how long you can carry something completely alone. It's about being strong enough just to let someone else to see the weight and then strong enough to let them help carry it. I spent years believing that if I ever let someone see how heavy something was, I failed as a man. I was wrong, and I think you believe the same lie. You don't have to hit the rooftop before you let someone in. That's why I'm telling you his story. It's not a support group, not a 5-step plan, one person. And one thing that you've been carrying alone. And I'm not telling you this because it's easy. Telling one person is probably the hardest thing that I'm going to ask you in this entire video, harder than carrying it alone ever was. You see, carrying it alone never required anyone to actually see you. This does. And that's exactly why it's the strong move. It's not the small one. You're not the guy that has to prove he needs nobody. You're a man strong enough to let someone else carry a corner of it with you. If this hits something, hit subscribe. I'd rather you hear this from someone who's watched it play out than find out the hard way. Be strong.